Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, so I just came across this video that H3 uploaded giving an update on the whole Hugh Mungus and Zarna Joshi situation. We actually have now an inside look into what happened in the meeting where the whole thing stemmed from, where Rudy, also known as Hugh Mungus, gave his reasonings as to why he was pro-precinct. Zarna Joshi was strongly opposed to it, as you can tell from that video, and this just gives us a little bit of an insight into what went on in that meeting. So I'm just going to run you down the basics of what my thought process is and all of the glaring problems that people who engage in these type of arguments and have these types of thought processes, why the majority of us just laugh and sit back for entertainment purposes. So let's just take a look at the video, no more shitting around. We'll just dive right into it. Here we go.
My name is Rudy Pantoja Jr. I live in the North End, grew up in the North End. We moved here in 1969. Grew up on 109th and Aurora. I am totally for a safe, learning, healthy environment in the North End. I am pro-precinct. I believe it's a positive move in our public safety north of the Ship Canal. I have plenty of people that support it, of all different backgrounds in the North End.
Where are they?
I'm here. I'm here.
No interrupting the other speakers, please.
Okay, so we're about 30 seconds in so far. Already one interruption, very childish interruption at that. You see them just asking, where are they? Okay, he's saying that people in his community and the people he knows agree with him. And most people, I would say, would agree with his standpoint. I mean, maybe from an economic perspective, there could be some that can disagree. But their perspective is mostly race-based in their opinion. Maybe some economical, but even the economics of it is tied into race. And what he says here is literally so minuscule of a point to even bother to interrupt. He just started speaking. Why are you interrupting him? The point of having a debate and a discussion is to hear both sides of the discussion. And when you have one party, an opposing party, constantly interrupting and ridiculing someone when they're trying to speak, you're just harming the entire discussion and you're making yourself look like a fool. Our entire process of debate, the main point of that is to hear multiple ideas. If you divert slightly from what one person agrees with, then you have to be subjected to this. It's ridiculous, and it's not what America was built upon. The entire First Amendment was so people can have the right to speak. And it's just disrespectful. You make yourself look like a child, and it's not even it's on a juvenile level, this interruption. I could imagine somebody in my high school class throwing that out while they're listening to somebody and they're trying to be funny or something like that. That's what that little remark reminds me of. All right, let's just continue. There's more absurd things to come.
No interrupting the other speakers, please.
I want to say this, I want to thank the North Precinct for getting my heroin-addicted daughter off the street and availing her an opportunity to get well. She's Latino. Hey, hey.
And here we go again. About 30 seconds later, not even 30 seconds later, they interrupt him again. Of course, this is where my race argument comes in. They ask, is she white? First of all, what fucking difference does it make if she's white, black, Latino, Spanish, anything, any color under the sun? If she got help from the police department and he's praising them for it, this is his daughter. Obviously, he's very passionate about the topic, and it's a beautiful sight. It's fucking beautiful that he says, no, she's Latino. Their entire argument is completely wiped away, because that's what these people do. They bring everything down to identity politics, and this is what you're left with. Calling people who are of Latino descent, trying to to call them in some way infer that they're racist, or because they're white they have white privilege. Something so ridiculous that I'm really upset at my generation for even falling victim to this. I can say it's not entirely their fault, but it is, because I grew up in the same generation, and you have to be dim-witted and dumb and just very ignorant to make an entire issue and problem and just boil that down to race politics. It's pathetic and it's ridiculous. And this is what you see here.
She's Hispanic, Latino, Chicano. We're proud of our heritage.
Oh man, instant regret. Honestly, you could not have had him say a better answer than that. Just, I wish I could see the look on their faces. They must have looked so dumbfounded when he said that his daughter is of Hispanic descent. It's hysterical. That's why Hugh Mungus is a legend, and why so many people love him, because he literally just completely bypasses this identity politics, and it shows that you could be of a certain descent and have a differing opinion, which these people clearly don't understand. It's like impossible in their mind, and that's identity politics 101. If you look this way, if you're from this background, you have to think like us, or you're brainwashed by the white man. That's what I take from that, and that's why I love it. I gotta give him a round of applause for that. Just the answer that he gives. I mean, it has to shut them up, but of course it doesn't, as we'll see.
Your time is up.
I want to say this right now. I respect you when you speak.
Hey, excuse me.
Fucking children. There's nothing else I can really say. All you hear is the fucking autistic screeching of these immature social justice warriors in the background, interrupting a man who, you can see the look on his face, how baffled he is at what he's dealing with and what he has to put up with. And you want to, this is why the SJW movement and the radical left movement just doesn't appeal to many people. You take a look at two of these opposing sides. Which one to you looks the most normal and most people can relate to? Regardless of what their core beliefs are in this matter at all you have to do is look at the behavior, and it shows. It clearly shows why people have such disdain for this type of mentality. It's childish, it's immature, and they'll do anything to quell free speech, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're showing him zero respect and not giving him a chance to talk whatsoever.
There has been several interruptions. I'm going to allow him a couple more seconds to wrap up his comments. I need you to wrap up your comments, though, because I'm trying to stay on time.
What I have to say doesn't matter. It's true. Because I live in I really, seriously, what matters is what everybody else has to say.
This is where Rudy is wrong. What he has to say does matter. You can't allow people to just step on you and negate your right to free speech. That's what the U.S. is built on.
We support this precinct. We think it's an important investment for public safety in the North End.
Thank you.
My name is Zarna Joshi. I am here to support Black Lives Matter. I'm here to speak to block the bunker. The fact that there is even a proposal to give what is a corrupt, murderous, institutionalized gang $160 million is outrageous. It is not that they are just a few bad apples, because all of the other apples around them speak for them and protect them. That means they are all bad apples. These cops are the front line of defense for fossil fuel companies, for banks, for corporations and for the developers that evict people and make them homeless. This money needs to go to people who need housing, to people who need food, to people who need...
I let her argument play out completely because I felt like it speaks for itself. There isn't much to... Well, there's a lot you can dive into regarding that. But I think most of you are pretty smart and realize how divisive and horrible her words are. You don't need me to tell you that. I'm sure you're your own moral compass. You know what's right and wrong. You can clearly see where she's coming from a place of hate, honest hatred towards cops and law enforcement, where in this society 2 cops in the last week here in New York have been shot, gunned down for no reason whatsoever. One sitting in a squad car. I forgot what was happening with the other one. I don't believe it was in the line of duty, or if it was, it wasn't during anything, any sort of altercation or encounter. Just innocently gunned down. And as somebody who has family members who are cops, this type of language towards the police department and just this mindset in general that all cops are on the wrong side, it's just nonsense. And like I said, I believe you all know that. And it's ridiculous. It's not true, clearly. Cops are there for the most part to help. And she's just painting this broad picture of every cop in every police department across the country as this bad boogeyman to blame all your problems on. Who are you going to call if your house is being intruded? Who are you going to call? Because I don't think you'll be calling all the people who are clucking in the background or cawing in the background. The police department puts their life at risk every single day, and you have to appreciate that, regardless of if you've known people who've had bad encounters, or, yes, like you said, you brought up bad apples. Of course, there are bad apples in every single aspect of this world, in every occupation. You're just wrong to paint them all as villains when they're really there to help. Well, that's basically the end of the video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, let me know your opinions in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, guys.